What's up, what's up, what's up? I'm back again for another video. I'm doing power making videos today. I'm coming at you today with the review, not really a review, a tour. I know I call them reviews, but they're kind of like not really reviews, just mainly a tour of the Louis Vuitton Wilshire MM. Okay, I know right now I have a video on the Wilshire GM on my channel. It's also featured in my Battle of the Totes series that I did like a year or two ago. And the MM size I don't have, and this actually did sell today in my live show, but I just wanted to do a video on it because I knew I didn't have one. But before I jump in, I just wanted to bring your attention to all the information. Sorry, there's not a lot of information. There's a link in the description of this video, and it is basically a one-stop shop on everything you need to know to join my little community, including my mobile app. You can download that and be a part of my live shows. Also my web store, my YouTube channel, my TikTok, like everything. Everything you need to know is in that one link. So if you will take a minute, if you're interested in luxury resale and this is your jam and you want to be a part of my live shopping shows and whatnot, then I want to encourage you to swing back around and click that link and join it, okay? Anyway, so again, Wilshire MM. Measurements on this is 14 inches at the bottom, just where it curves, just end to end, right here where the point is, so point to point. 14 inches, 16 inches wide at the widest, point, 16 inches at the widest point. Sorry, that didn't really come out right. Kind of comes in a little bit because it's, I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so at the widest point, 16 inches. At the top, I just kind of did it roughly. It's still about 14 inches, so there's not a whole lot of variance. It is 10 inches tall. Okay, so it's actually not really tall. It's not that tall of a bag. And then 5 inches deep. And I really just measured, again, point to point. But because it's a tote, you know the drill. When you put it flat on a table, you have a little bit more room. You got the hips that come out and all that. So you do have so it's like 5-ish, okay? And then your handle is 8 inches. Okay, so just for size reference, the Never Full MM is 13 inches wide. So just a teensy bit, 1 inch shorter than this one. It's 11 inches tall, so it's 1 inch taller. And it's actually 7 inches deep, that's where you get all of the oomph on a Never Full compared to this bag, because this one is only, what did I tell you? 5-ish, okay? It's still decent, but it's just, you know, that 7 inches is a lot. And so that's kind of where that's where you gain all of your room is by the depth on that bag. And then the handle drop on the Never Full MM is actually 9 inches, and then this one's 8. So again, if you're just kind of comparing the medium-sized tote family, this bag is going to fall into that category, okay? It's definitely not a GM. Again, if you want to circle back to my channel at some point and search the Wilshire GM, you'll see. Oh, actually, you know what? I actually have. So the GM is actually 17 inches at the bottom, okay? That's at the bottom. And it's 20 inches at the widest point, 16 inches tall, and like 6.5 inches. Wait, oh, I'm sorry. It's not 16 inches tall. It's 12 inches tall. I was going to say it was 16 inches at the top, and then 12 inches tall, and then 6.5 inches deep. And then the strap drop is actually almost 10 inches. So it's a big mama. It is. It's a big mama for sure. But anyway, okay, I like the Wilshire. It's great. It's a great alternative to, you know, just the Never Full, because so many people have the Never Full, and I have a love-hate with the Never Full. I've bought and sold it like 3 times in my, you know, whatever quest of totes. I like this one because I really love the plate. This is a vintage bag, so that plate there, oh gosh, I can't really see it. Okay, let's try this again. There it is. Okay, see how it has that plate, and it has like Louis Vuitton, and it has it in cursive, and then it's like the plate is on a piece of vachetta. That's cool. That's one thing I really like. I also like that it has like these diamond shaped, or if you want to call them harlequin-ish shaped straps. That's kind of cool. They're not completely flat, like the underside is flat, but then it's kind of raised up here at the top. I don't know if you can tell. See, it's just kind of like got this little bump. It's raised a bit. And then it has a little bit of a cinch here. Not cinch, and it's sewn like that. So it's just sewn up here really tightly, and it just does that. Like you're not going to be able to undo it. That's just how it is. It's like a little heart. If you turn it around, it's this little heart. See? And that's how it is on both sides, of course. And then the inside, I like how it has the vachetta that kind of goes just right there on the inside. I just feel like that just offers a little bit of a protection. I don't know. And then the inside is the dark brown Alcantara, which I love. The main closure is just like a Never Full. It's just this, you know, little hook right here. You have 2 decent sized pockets. I have a, where's my phone? Oh, crap. Here, let me get my phone. I have an iPhone 11, and it's not the big one, okay? And it's also not the little mini or whatever. And so it doesn't stick out like super top heavy. Like you could put it in there and it's not obnoxious. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the pockets are shorter and the phone's like, whoa. And this one fits in there fine. So, you know, these are convenient pockets for your key fob or, I don't know, your key clay, a little coin pouch or something like that, and of course your phone. And then over here you have your D-ring, and then you have a big generous pocket. This pocket actually fits an organizer. It fits a zippy organizer, which is a little bit bigger than a traditional zippy wallet, and it fits in there just fine. You just have to, you do this, and you know, you still have to do like the side wonky thing, but it still goes in there just fine. Of course, if it fits an organizer, it's going to fit the regular size zippy, the traditional size, and there's still some room in there. And then if you're, you know, compact, this is my favorite, the Eldridge, and it fits in there great. You can definitely conserve some room if you're using a smaller wallet, but because it doesn't have, you know, a zipper closure, this just serves as your security for, you know, your wallet or whatnot. Oh, okay, so like the Cabas series, the Cabas Piano, the Cabas Mezzo, and the Cabas Alto. It has that kind of pointy, you know, it has the pointy corners and the detail of the vachetta that goes up on the side. Now, of course, on those other bags, on the Cabas bags, this vachetta piece goes all the way across, and there's no feet. This one's a little fancier because it has feet, which I love, and then, you know, it just basically has patch corners. Okay, so you got the monogram canvas, and you get the patch corners. But one of the things that you'll notice on these bags, or that you want to keep an eye out for if you're looking for one, is that because they have the pointed corners, you know, like the Cabas series, often you'll see pop stitching, and this one actually doesn't have it, but you know, you'll just see where it is securely stitched. I mean, like, it's actually a hardy stitch, but it just, these corners, I mean, they're pointed, so they kind of just take more of a beating. Not even if you're even trying, you know, they just do because they're pointed. And if you're like me, like, I'm a bull in a china closet. I would be like running into stuff, like, whoopsie, you know. So anyway, that is one thing you're gonna want to pay attention to on this bag, is just, you know, if that's gonna drive you crazy. Although they are vintage, and so like this one's already nice and, you know, whatever. It's not nice and, I don't want to say worn in, because it doesn't have pop stitching, and it's not super beat up. Like sometimes just overall the corners of these bags and also the Cabas series can be kind of beat down, and this one's not. Anyway, okay, so it's not going to pass your elbow test, right? But you should be able to put it over your shoulder. Ultimately, it's going to depend on your size, you know, your height, how much junk you got under your arm, or how much junk you got over here, you know, whatever. Everybody has a different level of junk, and so it just depends. It just depends on your own physique, okay? But I feel like you could, and it also depends on how much you want your bag to be riding up to your pit. I mean, you may, like me, I don't like, this is just doesn't seem like enough room. Plus I have this little, this isn't a heavy jacket, but if I had on like a puffy coat, this wouldn't work. I'd have to just keep it on my arm or my hand. But, you know, you might be able to get it on your shoulder and carry it like that. You can get into it very easily from your shoulder. You know, it doesn't gape open. It's fine. You know, the straps, you know, whatever. Straps are straps, right? I mean, I guess they fit comfortably over your shoulder. I mean, that's another thing. It's very subjective. That's one thing I've learned, you know, like the way that the straps feel, it's very subjective. It depends on the size of the bag, how much you have in the bag, all these things. But anyway, this is just a nice, I do feel like it's a mid-sized tote. I did say earlier today in my live sale that, you know, and I've said this in other videos, that I really don't think the PM, MM, and GM translates exactly among all the bag lines, you know what I mean? Or like the Louis Vuitton lines, because there's some lines where, you know, the MM is actually pretty small, you know, or like, for example, the all-in, that bag kind of just come and went, right? And I don't even think the PM was ever even offered in the United States, that's my understanding. I have the PM, but it's really an MM. It's actually a really, like, the measurements are very similar to a Never Full MM. But it's called a PM. But so when I first was looking at the bag, I glossed right over the PM because I was like, well, I can do PM. And I actually went to the store, they didn't have it, but I looked at the MM, which was really a jumbo, is really a GM. So that's one example, but there's many examples like that. Okay, so sorry. So Wilshire MM, great alternative, nice classy tote, very roomy. I would just call it a medium-sized tote. It's not obnoxious. Like I said, I hope this was helpful. And then please just consider joining my little community. Again, the link is in the description. It'll take you to just one page where everything you need to know is right there. Okay, bye!